Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous the Day-to-Day Grind. Prime time grind all the time. That's what we're doing. Well, we should reach the 10 billion mark again after I spent over 700 million with 3 cutters. And I'm slowly working those cutters to get them up to where I think I want them. So after I get them set up, then I'll show you how I have outfitted them. But it takes a lot of tweaking and a lot of time to really get the feel exactly how I want them to be outfitted. So I'll be bringing that up in an upcoming video. Right now we need to deliver to New Dawn, cis left, and we have delivery of 120 units of palladium, which was a partial. We have a boom time delivery of 108 units of palladium. We have a boom time delivery 120 units of palladium, and a partial of 56 units of gold. It might be all in this load. I do have a Babbage that I need to run after this one, but we'll go ahead and get this one run. To New Dawn. Okay, well, make sure you press that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner of the video. It'll help me with YouTube in the future because I'm kind of far from the minimum subscribers at the moment. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get notified when I bring out additional videos. And underneath the video in the description you'll see opportunities to donate. Please consider donating. The enormous costs that are involved with backup systems and computer systems and audio and all of that really taxes the budget. So if you could help in any way, that would be great. No amount is too small. Underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where there's over 590 videos out there for you to watch, and they're all from January of this year, with 2020/3306. So it's all new content. We did find out yesterday from Frontier themselves that the snapshot for Beta 2 will be taken on April the 30th. So that's like in 5 days. So whatever you do in your live account will be in beta sometime after April the 30th, but as of April 30th, and we're fixing to cross that 10 billion mark again, so that would be included into the beta. My 4 cutters and my 4 pythons and the Sidewinder will all be available in the beta. And that's why I'm tweaking the cutters. I don't use the cutters as much as I do the pythons, and the pythons are set up pretty good. I've got a few little tweaks I might do to them in the next 4 to 5 days. Now just count on it as end of day on the 29th, because we don't know exactly when on the 30th that they're going to take the snapshot for the beta. So just try to be completed, or really what you want in the beta to be available by end of day on the 29th of April. So try to do that. So it's Central Time, my time zone, and usually it's around 6 a.m. When Frontier does things. So I really expect by around 6 a.m. on the 30th for me, which I'm 6 hours before UTC time, so -6 UTC. So you know, that's kind of where we're going at this, and at least the fleet carriers will be back for beta. I'm excited about that. Normally after the snapshot, it's normally 2 weeks. Who knows? I mean, Frontier hasn't told us yet when the beta is going to begin, so you know, we're just kind of guessing at that. We do know that the snapshot will be on April the 30th, and that operating costs will be lower. Like the upkeep cost, it's going to be 85.5% less. The activation of the services will be 35 to 45% less. Tritium will be able to go over twice as far. So if, let's say, you went 130 light years for 100 tons of tritium, it will be over 260 light years now for that same 100 tons of tritium. The ramp-up time for hyperspace for the fleet carriers was an hour. Now it's going to be 15 minutes. The cooldown time of the fleet carrier after the jump was an hour. Now will be 5 minutes. So that's all super great. And universal cartographics are going to be added to beta 2, which I'm excited about. Now if we could get them to do material traders, that would be great too. And if you were in debt for 4 weeks, they would decommission your fleet carrier. Now it's 10 weeks, so you got a little extra time to catch up before they decommission your fleet carrier. And on the space legs, Planetary and landing on planets with atmosphere, we've gotten all of that information from leakers starting last year around November until now, and we're still hearing the same things from leakers that have been accurate in the past, and so we're hearing from them again. But Frontier did say, they said as of December 2020, they're going to have the largest upgrade they have ever posted into Elite Dangerous. So it makes the leaks sound even more credible all the time. So at the moment, we're looking at it as that we will get space legs. I can turn around in my chair and see those doors. If they bring out space legs, I'll be able to go through those doors with my avatar, my skinny avatar. And you see all the terminals and all of that. I use a VR, so I can turn around and you see doors over here, 6B. You see a 3D over here. We could possibly walk through those doors, climb the steps and walk through those doors. So it would be really exciting. So I'll bring it to you. As I hear information, I'll bring it to you. And the reason I wanted to bring it to you, that all the information we've gotten for the end of the year is from leaks, just for you to, you know, weigh that into your information. I mean, Frontier has not come out and said that's exactly what's going to be part of the December update, but it could. I mean, these leakers have been credible in the past, so it could. Yeah, my backup system had to do an update, so it was a little loud, and you might have heard it. Hopefully my sound system is good enough that it canceled most of that noise, but we'll find out during the editing. And that's why we need your help financially, because of those backup systems. We've got something like 50 terabytes of storage because I record all of my gameplay and I pull out some of it for editing and then publishing to YouTube. So just in case we come across something like the Anaconda that was destroyed in the station, that might not have been published, but I record all the time, just in case something pops up. Or like the last pirate attack, where the pirate came down from Super Cruise right in front of our ship as we were in auto dock, and you know how auto dock does boosting to get you close to the station, so we rammed that pirate's ship. Or we wouldn't have had that either if I didn't record all the time. And I always have to check the capture, because sometimes it errors out or whatever the situation. It's about 2% of the time, so I always have to watch it for that 2%. So I try to bring as much information as I can. I monitor the forums, I monitor all of my sources where I get information, and I try to bring it to you when we hear things. Just like I didn't see it on the forums at all, but I got an email from Frontier, and it looked like an email that they would send to a lot of people, and but I didn't hear anybody talking about it. But it was from Frontier, and they were saying the snapshot will be on April the 30th. So if you're going to grind, you better grind and finish by then. So I wanted to bring that to you. So if you're grinding, make sure you're complete by end of day on the 29th of April. Because I don't know in what time on April 30th that they take the snapshot. So that's what I'm looking at, and that's why I bought the 3 cutters, because I want them available in the beta to play around with too on the fleet carrier, because it's my future fleet. And I've got 4 pythons, 4 cutters, and that sidewinder. I am going to add a couple of super long range jump ships, and a smaller and a larger. Probably the Anaconda is one of them, because it's known for, you can outfit it to get up to 80 to 85 light years. So I'll probably be looking into that one, and I believe it's like the Asp Explorer. It's that or the Diamondback, but I'll be checking those out too, but probably not before April 30th. That's probably something that's going to happen over the next couple of months. So, and I don't use the cutters as much as I do the pythons. So yeah, my focus primarily was on the pythons, a cargo version, a mining version, a travel version, and a planetary exploration version. And I'm going to do the same thing with the cutters. And you'll see the cutters from time to time in beta 2. Especially like for planetary, probably not as much for mining, because it's so much bigger than the python. I don't want to run into asteroids, but we might see it in travel. We'll definitely see it in cargo when we take the new fleet carrier out to Edmondson High, in the will be near Beta Hydrae, probably in Myanmar system, which is just next to it. And that's probably where we'll park it. We can't park it in Beta Hydrae, because Beta Hydrae is a permit system, and you cannot jump a fleet carrier into a permit system. So we'll be next door, and we'll ferry that cargo from Beta Hydrae through, or using the cutter, to the fleet carrier. And we did that in Beta 1 too. So if you look, it's like this next to the last purchase Tritium video. We used the cutter, and we used the Python too. We took a load in each, but it'll be primarily the cutter, because we're going to fill that 1,000-ton fuel tank and 16 additional 1,000 tons of tritium we're going to store in storage on the fleet carrier come in May. The May's beta will be PC users and console users this time. Console users were left out in the Beta 1, but they will be part of Beta 2. So if you're going to grind for it, if you're trying to get a fleet carrier, you better fill up the tank and go for it at 100 miles an hour, because it's coming. So that's what we're doing. I want to make sure we stay above 10 billion. Yes, I want to tweak on the my fleets of pythons and cutters, but keeping that in mind, I'd like to stay above 10 billion, and we're fixing to hit 10 billion with this cargo run. So join me. Again, I try to bring you all the information that I can. So let's go. Going to Ceos, as you see up there, 8.9 light years. But please press that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner of this screen.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging.
And please consider donating and watch more of our 590 plus videos on our YouTube channel, GFM_RDG.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I hope you popped your popcorn, because the last several times we've been over 4 interdictions in a single Super Cruise run, and I have videos of 7 here at Ceos. I believe all of my 7 and 6s were here in Ceos. So it gets pretty viral with the pirates. Like I always say, get you a comfortable ship. Lots of practice. Be comfortable with it. Try to mod it. Get it fully modded through the engineers. I've got engineer videos that you need to watch on how to unlock them, where to get the materials to unlock the engineers, the modules that the engineer mods, and the materials used in the modification. Very detail oriented. So check those all out. And I still have some modding I need to do. In June, when we purchase the fleet carrier, we're going to take it on an engineering tour, take all the ships, and even get the experimental modifications done. So keep that in mind. You'll probably want to watch those even if you've already modded your ship. And with all the complaining I do about the pirates, which I don't care for them, I still haven't died for the last 10 months. Sis left. To me, they're just an extreme annoyance. just try to turn them where I can see the best. Now we can be interdicted anytime, so you just have to be prepared. If you do get knocked out of Super Cruise, max speed and boost as often as you can, because it has to charge between each boost. So as soon as you can boost again, boost, go up and down, right and left, so their weapons can't get direct hits on you. Use the heat sinks. You see over to the left I have heat sinks, and mine are all wired into the voice, so I can launch those to keep the ship cool while I try to get back into Super Cruise. And in the last 10 months I've been 100% effective on that, and you can too. I'm not the greatest game player, so if I can do it, you can do it. Sis left.
To Lacey, Romeo Golf, India. We're happy to have you, Commander.
Incoming mission
Priority
critical
access will be
message.
granted upon request.
Yeah, I'm a little slower than I'd like to be. It'd take a little bit longer, but that's okay. I'd have to get out of this panel.
Authorization cleared. Your assigned landing pad is number 03. You are go for automated docking. Enjoy the ride, Commander.
And yes, I do use a VR headset, and some have complained because when I move my head, it kind of gives them the motion sickness. And I understand, when I first started even using VR, I got motion sickness. And I could only play for 15 minutes at a time, and I'd have to walk away from it for a while and come back, and after a couple of weeks I was no longer motion sick. So even watching my videos, if that happens to you, just spend maybe 15 minutes watching the video, walk away from it, come back a little bit later, and after a little while you'll get everybody I've ever heard
Solid
of.
contact. Securing ship. Station facilities are at your disposal, Commander.
You get over it within a few weeks, and then it doesn't bother you at all. Like, I'd never get motion sickness with VR anymore. But I play all the time too. I've got almost 2,400 playable hours in this thing, and yes, I must be insane to have that many hours playing this game. Now, I play it to create videos, so that has a lot to do with it too. So there is some motivation there. I try to create as many videos as I can with as much content as possible to give you plenty to watch. And I have had a few comments of, "You're just not putting enough videos together." Really? I put like 5 to 8 videos a day out there most of the time. And there's over 590 videos in the last 3.5 months. There's plenty to watch. So just go to my YouTube channel and start watching the my personal fleet carrier playlist. Watch that one, and that's over the last 3 weeks. So that's a really good one to watch. Sis, right? Okay. We completed 10 billion. Now, we have been to 10 billion 5 just in the last week, but then I spent 700 million on 3 cutters. So we got it above 10 billion again, and we can crunch it. We can grind it. We can make credits. I mean, yeah, we have to put up with interdictions, but we can make the credits and buy the toys. It's all about the toys, the fleet carrier, the cutters, the pythons. You can do it too, just like I have. Is this right? You can be elite in trade and explorer, and as you can tell, combat's not my strong suit. There is some bounty hunting videos, and it's all about skimmers and stingers because it's the lowest risk. So watch those. Well, let's get back to Sothis mining, and that will complete this video. Sys left. I use an app called Voice Attack, and as you can tell, it's not 100%. You have to tell it 2 or 3 times sometimes. Not all the time, but quite a bit. Too much. But at least I have a to-do list for my fleet of pythons and my cutters. So I'll be working on those between videos too, to try to get it up to what I'm looking at. And then I'll do a video. I'll probably do a complete video of the pythons, and then I'll do a complete video of the cutters, and just do them separate, because it takes so long to go through the outfitting of all of them. So let's get going. Is this up? Yeah, they always tell me there's incoming enemy after the fact. Like now you tell me. No, I knew it anyway. Make sure you press that subscribe button.
Landing gear retracted.
Clear of the landing pad. Regulate speed until outside the exclusion zone.
Underneath the video to the right. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to my channel, and eventually it will get me support from YouTube when I hit the minimum number of subscribers, and you get notified when I create more videos.
Frameshift drive charging.
And underneath the video in the description you'll find ways to donate. Please consider donating. And underneath the video to the left you'll see my YouTube channel, GFM_RDG.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Where there's over 590 plus videos as of the publication of this video, and covers about all the topics, including material traders, Dab's Hope, Jameson crash site, discounted stations that you can buy, modules and ships, and I'll just put in discount on my search in the YouTube channel, and you'll see those. A Guardian surface site where you can get the blueprints for the Guardian FSD booster, and which has the Guardian Sentinels that shoot missiles at you, and you have a point defense on your ship, and the ship shoots down the missiles while you're shooting at the Sentinels, and it's just a real crazy place. And the Thargoid surface site with the scavengers that if you shoot them or if you kill them you get ARXs as rewards. So all kinds of stuff. And meta alloys where you can take it over to Felicity Farseer, the FSD engineer, to unlock her. And yeah, it's all real great. All kinds of things. Pirate attacks at the stations. Anaconda being blown up inside the station. All kinds of things. Dab's Hope, the ships that circle above Dab's Hope. One came and crashed into the ground, bounced up, staggered for over a minute, and then took off. That was pretty wild too. Sys left. I need bindings for Super Cruise Assist where I can do it with voice. I keep asking for that too. Since Frontier in the last couple of weeks has kind of been in the mood to listen to their players for the first time as long as I can remember. So, yep, I keep making requests. Like I want all 3 material traders on the fleet carrier as a service. It can be an optional service. It doesn't have to be mandatory. That would be fine. I would be good with that. Since we got universal cartographics and we have like claims where you can turn in claims for bounties and things like that. So it just makes sense to have material traders on there too. But remember, you got to do your grinding by April the 30th, so close of business on, or close of day on April the 29th. Make sure you've got the amount of credits that you're grinding for, because that's when they're going to take the snapshot, and that's what we're going to see in Beta 2. Some got left behind in Beta 1 because they thought they were grinding, and they were in their live account, but they had taken the snapshot 2 weeks earlier of Beta 1. So be prepared. They gave us the snapshot day. Take advantage of it. I know I'm trying to take advantage of it. I had 6.3 as of Beta 1, and it wasn't enough. Not even close to being enough. I had to grind about 1 billion. Sys left.
Docking request granted.
Yeah, I have to come in a blaze of glory because ships tried to beat you to the request. Because it, you know, the game is an obstacle course, of course. So I don't like speeding around the station, but I didn't have much choice.
Landing gear deployed.
But I would look forward to space legs. That would be great. Get to walk around inside the ship and inside the stations and inside the fleet carrier and all that. It would be totally incredible to be able to do that.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
All right, we hit 10 billion again. It's like every time I will spend some credits and then have to build it back up to 10 billion again. So, well, until next time, make sure you press that subscribe button and you consider donating to our channel and watch more of our 590 plus videos. So until then, thank you again for watching. Goodbye.